I had it with a dude at an airport. I think he knew it as well. He saw me coming.
This is all getting cut out.
You know those security.
I'm sweating already.
You know those security checkers. Just man, full on. I was like, what just happened? It was in Holland.
Well, hi guys, welcome to the Capsule.
Keep that as the intro.
No. I will not be. How's it going, everyone? How have you been?
Look, I have no idea what happened before this.
You're welcome. I don't know what day it is because we released last week's episode a bit late. So I don't know whether I'll hold on to this one or just put it out. I think I might just put it out tomorrow or something. But anyway, enough of saying my internal thoughts. I'm here with a lineup of good friends because actually, no, you know what? We are going to put it out tomorrow because why? It's the Valentine's Day episode.
Oh,
Yep.
romance.
So we're all here with the people that we are the most romantic with ever. So shall we kiss?
Let's do it.
Nice. Are you doing anything for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, let's just say I am.
Yes.
Cool.
Let's also just say I am.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's also just say that Jenny's birthday wasn't 2 days before Valentine's Day.
You know, no, actually, you know what? No, let's just say I'm in an 8-year relationship and I look after my woman. No, I'm not doing anything for Valentine's Day. No.
I don't like Valentine's. I never.
She's a lucky
celebrate
girl.
Valentine's Day.
All the girls at home are like, give me Lee's number.
No, Valentine's is a flipping pagan holiday, man. Just take your girl out on a date, like in the week. Do you know what I mean?
What?
I can't remember what the word is for the holiday, but listen. I've got a point. Listen, it's a very valid
It doesn't
point.
sound like it.
The
It does not sound like this is leading to a good
Valentine's
point.
Day is
Yeah.
a made-up holiday
As
They're
all
all made up.
holidays are.
because most men don't
Remember when the
treat their
world
women
was
well.
created and Christmas? Remember on the seventh day when God made Christmas?
Wait, he's about to make a solid
Sorry,
point.
no,
Go
go
on,
on,
Abe.
go on. Tell us about the holidays.
I was going to, but then Lee added the word solid before he said point. So now I don't want to fucking say shit.
No,
God, Depot.
you were saying don't abide by what the calendar says and just treat your girl or guy special whenever you want.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
that's a good point.
Don't try and salvage it.
Why?
I want to tell Lee to shush again. Piss him off.
In 3 minutes.
Oh,
Did you
fucking
check
hell.
how many minutes has it been? I saw you check.
3 minutes.
Yeah,
Wait, does that mean we can swear now?
I think I'm a genius.
maybe 5, 7, 10. I don't know.
Oh, so we can't swear.
Who knows? We can swear for as long as like I'll start editing the swear words from the beginning, and then when I get bored, that's how long
I
we can
see.
swear for.
Balls.
Nice, that's going out probably. Yeah. So you're not doing anything for Valentine's Day?
No.
You're not doing anything for Valentine's Day. You are.
Is it?
Jeez,
What you got going on a Valentine's Day?
What you saying on Valentine's Day? Cause come on, cause you're doing nice little wine and dine thing.
It is.
It's not. I'm doing the best thing you should do on Valentine's Day.
What?
I'm going to watch Magic Mike with my friends in the
Ooh,
cinema.
that is Valentine's Day.
Hey man,
You know what I mean?
you know them what? Hey, Saba.
Yeah, you're gonna be leaving there like Baba Boom. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Oh, that's it.
Thank you.
Is it?
You have to let us know how it is. I haven't seen it as yet because it's not out on streaming, and I don't know that I'm gonna want
the
to
movie.
see Magic Mike in the cinema.
Oh, I thought you were going to the theatre show where they put a
no.
girl
I
up on
wish,
stage.
but no, just the cinema one.
What is it? Wasn't there already
Why can't you go?
a Magic Mike film?
There's been multiple. This
Yeah,
is like
it's
the
the third one.
They're trying to
This
make it
is
like
the
Fast
third
and
one.
They're trying to make it like Fast and Furious.
Like in the Magic Mike 10, he's like stripping in space.
Blows up in 8 seconds. Like, oh, I didn't think this through. Actually,
They're just the government are calling like, we need the world saved. The only person that can do it is you, Mike. Oh, that's good. That
There's
is
a new
good.
MI5 stripper that's here. It's like, I'm from MI5, but I also pole.
Oh, that's hilarious. I don't even know. All right, Sophia, have you seen the first two?
No.
Well, how are you going to know what happens in the third? How are you going to keep up with it?
I don't know. I'll see.
Yeah. But what if the storyline is very confusing and
I don't
What
think so.
storyline?
no, because there might have been a lot of character development. First of all,
All right.
there
There's
might have
Mike.
been many adventures. There might have been many adventures that they've gone on that
Stripping.
that you need to know the backstory of.
Learn
because
how
it
to
might
take your
be,
clothes off. Yeah.
Right,
Carry on.
and other things.
And put them back on afterwards. So you
And
can
what
take
if
them
you
off
come
again.
in and then they're talking about things that happen and you're not quite sure?
Do you remember the last time when you stripped and you got sweaty? was that film 1 or 2?
Okay, so Sophia's going to be very confused. I heard it's more confusing than
Confused.
I heard it's more confusing than Tenet. That's what I heard.
Oh my god.
I genuinely heard that they've got a scene where he does everything backwards, and it's basically the same. He has to have an oxygen mask too.
I had a friend I went to see X-Men 3 with when it first got X3 or whatever it was. The film started, they'd done the first scene, and he goes, "So what's this about?" Hadn't seen the first two.
Can we say who it is?
Yeah, it was an old. We don't know him.
Oh,
Anymore.
okay,
Yeah,
good. Fuck him. Cutting that out.
that guy.
Should we put this like this and then like this? Because
Oh, he blocks the face.
the main reason you're here is because of your face. So yes, you're going to see Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Sick, and you haven't seen the other two. So
No.
what if you haven't seen the other two? Then what? I don't know what the draw was for you to see this one. I don't.
I don't know.
Oh, it looked like maybe you could catch up in the storyline.
Yeah.
And the
just
characters
Like,
and-
you know, like I'm just gonna go with friends.
yeah.
and
Right.
See what happens.
Just
check
experience.
out the movie.
Yeah,
Nice.
because you're
like that?
obviously really into films.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like
Right.
the trailer was really like good. So.
yeah, yeah. Do you
What
know
about the
about
trailer that you? What about
no,
the
no,
trailer? Did you know?
Yeah, what about the
Go
trailer?
ahead. What was
Like
it?
the
cinematographer? Have you
Yeah.
researched the cinematographer?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
because
I mean,
because of
no.
your. Okay, fair enough. No, that's good.
I think
Yeah.
it's the same guy that did Arrival and and
Schindler's List.
Yeah, and what was the other one? It was
Titanic.
No, The Godfather.
Oh,
it's the
yes,
same
sorry. Oh,
cinematographer.
of course, there's
I think
a lot
Christopher
of-
Nolan directed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think Quentin Tarantino wrote it. It was.
Yeah, I think so. It's
going to be a twist at some
so many
point.
N-words in it.
oh my god.
You see Sam Jackson.
This motherfucker's tripping. Put your motherfucking pants back on, boy.
Why are your clothes off? Why are your clothes off? Oh fuck!
Oh, this is already great. Cool. So, Magic Mike. Whew. So, none of us have gone to see the theatre show either. We know some people. Oh, all the guys that are in the theatre or the live show are in the movie as well, which is cool.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get them for a podcast at some
that's
point.
Oh, nice.
Because that's cool, them being in like a big Hollywood movie.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I saw
Channing Tatum.
some clips of the second movie.
Listen,
Yeah.
I literally said last week on the pod, I don't know if you listened. I said every time I speak, like Abe is gonna make jokes that like about my accent.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to
It's-
stop? Je suis désolé. Je suis désolé. I love the French accent.
Yeah.
It's magnifique.
Okay.
She's Swiss.
I know.
No, I'm French. I'm actually originally from France. Yeah, all right, we get it. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything else to say about Magic Mike until I've seen it.
Nice.
I feel like, yeah. I don't know if we can even do a critique of the choreography in it.
I mean,
Well, that'd be
It
cool.
must be hard. I've seen some of the clips from the live show, and it looks like some of the stuff is mad difficult, I have to say. As much as it's...
You know what I'd like to do a critique of is like, I don't know how to even help frame this thought, but the idea of trying to be sexy as a guy is funny to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like, how do you come up with choreography that is sexy for a guy to do for women?
True. There is one duo bit in the live show, which is there's a guy and a girl that do a duet, and it's like the stage has like a raised edge, and they flood it with water, and it's basically like simulating sex from the clips I've seen. and it's like they've raised up on some shit as well. Like there's like harnesses and stuff, but they do all this like basically sex dance, and it's like from what I saw, it looks actually really cool. If that's if you're going for that effect, it's like they do some really cool like partner work and stuff. So that looks actually not that easy.
And that makes sense though. Like you can like
that's more sexy.
It's I mean, like the idea of it sounds funny. Like if I put on like a fireman's outfit,
yeah. Because I feel like there's also like it's quite a dated thing. Like, how do I say that? How do I continue my thought while Abe's giggling into his donuts? Yeah, that's
kind of imagine wearing dungarees and
and
they're just having a hat and just do.
And just like besides like thrusting, what other sexy moves are there?
Like, I'm not obviously fucking taking a piss out of it because it's a fucking successful
also,
industry.
we haven't seen it,
and I haven't seen it, and it works. This is what, but it's just the idea. Like, just saying it out of context is funny. Like,
no, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
but also, I guess, are there women stripper dancers? Like,
what?
I don't know. Do they dance in their shows when you go to like exotic dancers? Is it just pole dance?
No, they do. They have like sets. They have like sets. Sorry, I put it away because I was eating donuts.
I appreciate it.
don't want to eat donuts into the mic. Yeah, they have like sets.
But like you're saying that about the men thing, but I don't think I've seen a woman exotic dancer to know if theirs is less cringy.
But the idea
women,
it
sorry.
doesn't. Oh, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, women are, in my experience, have a sex appeal when it comes to dancing.
Yeah,
men, like as a man trying to be like, right, be sexy.
Could you imagine doing a strip tease for Jen? Okay, like, you know what I mean?
But do you think that's because we are men? Like, if we were women, we would be like, oh, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Because we don't find men sexy, if I can speak for all of us. So it's hard for us to imagine what would make a guy sexy because we don't find guys sexy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like one of us just goes, oh, yeah, if they did. I mean, what?
No, but you, like, as a woman, you would know, like, what it means to be sexy when you're moving, right? To hold yourself sexy.
I don't so.
Or maybe it's something that's taught more.
Yeah, I feel like it's a standard thingy.
Yeah.
You mean like societally?
Yeah, or like when you're learning to dance as a woman versus learning to dance as a man, it's more ingrained is like and here's also how you channel sex appeal. Whereas for men, it's like, do your best. Like, let's hope you get rich.
Try and look cool.
What?
Try and look cool.
Yeah, try and look cool and then...
But sexy is a funny thing to try.
That's
and
true. I would be, now that you've said that, I would be interested to see the live show. I heard it gets a bit wild in the sense of like...
The theatre show in West End?
Yeah.
You mean?
In the sense of like the women get a bit crazy.
Yeah,
I can imagine that.
And like borderline inappropriate.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
You
too.
mean like in the audience?
Yeah.
You mean like men in society? Come on, girls.
Yeah. By the time they get a taste of their own medicine. No,
Team
that's not
women.
funny.
No, it's not funny. Treat everyone the same.
Yeah.
Blank that out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to edit some of this. Woo!
Oh god.
It's alright. It's lucky that I'm not up early tomorrow, so I'll be happy to stay up late editing all these out.
I had it with a dude at an airport. I think he knew it as well. He saw me coming.
This is all getting cut out.
You know those security.
I'm sweating already.
You know those security checkers. Man, full on. I was like, what just happened? It was in Holland.
Every time you add a detail, it gets wilder. It was in Holland.
Yeah, I was at the Holland airport.
Oh, Abe.
All right, guys, we're back.
Sorry.
There was nothing that we cut out. Actually, we just did the edit for no reason. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so Magic Mike, Valentine's Day plans. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I will not be going. Although
How many of you are going?
I will watch
Just one?
when it comes out.
3 of us.
3.
Is it? You're gonna get wild, yeah?
You're gonna dissect.
Just imagine like everyone's quiet in the cinema and Sophia's like, woo! Take it off! Like, Sophia, did you come to the cinema drunk? Yeah, I did, baby!
He's throwing at the screen.
Oh my god.
Oh, brilliant. Good stuff. Who knows how much of this is staying in. So,
It's tomorrow. Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
Valentine's Day
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Where are you taking me?
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
I'm not taking you anywhere. So
Honduras.
Sophia, have we got news?
Oh my god, no.
Oh,
Did we not?
Yeah, we do.
What's
Of
news?
course we do.
It's the news section. We got to do the news section.
There's a news section.
Yeah.
Sophia's news. With Sophia.
That's the new jingle.
Yeah.
Is it? Can I add some deep undertones?
Yeah, go again.
All right, go.
3, 2. Sophia's news.
That didn't sound really good, but we'll let it in.
Did I even introduce you guys? Lee and Abe here. Oh, okay. Sophia's news. What's happening?
So, let's start with congratulating big girl Stephanie
Oh,
for
let's go.
winning the non-stop battles in Cyprus.
Yes.
Didn't she just have a
With-
kid like 2 days ago?
Just had a kid like
Exactly.
literally
I
a
think
day
so.
and a half ago. No, it's
2 months ago. I
2
think.
months ago.
2 months
And
ago.
she took the baby with her.
Yeah. There's
Over
a cute
there.
picture actually with her holding her baby and the prize. It's super
That's
cute.
it.
That is
She had a
super good.
kid 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was born out of her, and then 2 months later, she had won a battle. Not even starting to
Yeah,
train
bro.
again.
That's
Yeah,
it.
she won a battle.
She won
Yo,
the battle.
after seeing a woman who's had a kid, and after seeing them after 2
His
months,
partner not just ran. He doesn't.
I look at
he
women.
doesn't creep into the maternity wards.
I've come to visit the pregnancy ward. What's this guy again?
just go down the street looking in windows.
The miracle of
Like
birth.
2 months in it. Who are you?
Fucking hell, picking up that Sainsbury bag. It's 2 months, chill out.
Right. Continue. It is what it is.
Oh god, I'm just seeing a woman after 2 months of having a kid. That is wildly impressive. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was
All right.
training like even a long time while she was pregnant too, which is super
Yeah,
impressive.
right up to like
Baby came out dizzy.
Smoking.
she just finished head spins when she gave birth. Yeah, she was really like pushing it right up to the end of the pregnancy, so she must have got straight back on it.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that advocate for working out and doing exercises. A lot of people that advocate for working out and doing exercises when you're pregnant.
Yeah, I'm sure
Supposed
it
to be
must
good.
be
What do windmills
good,
though?
and it's well, yeah. Well, yeah, you must have to really know what you're doing in order to do that. Like, because also
Yeah.
you don't want to
getting fun
crash
now.
during. Oh no!
Sorry, you
Can
don't
you
wanna-
remove this from the scene? You don't want to crash during breaking at the best of times, let alone with a fucking
Jeez, with a baby in
inside
you.
you. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. No. Well, I guess you depend on what you do. What would you know?
Yeah.
What she was doing?
probably not everything.
Couple CCs.
Yeah, maybe
Couple CC.
4.5 step.
Knock 'em out.
Yeah, I'm sure she was not going full out, but no,
Training footage if it comes out doing 90s.
just spinning on her belly. What else we got?
So that's the
Shout out
only,
to Stephanie.
Well done,
You're a
Stephanie.
G.
well done. That's the only winner we are aware of.
We're aware of. That's a weird couple
Wait
of words
until.
to say.
What?
We're aware of.
We're
Sound
aware
right?
of.
Yeah, you said it right. It just sounds funny.
Yeah, it's just those letters together.
Wait until someone in the comments like, fucking hell, you didn't know about fucking Stephen up in Cheltenham. He won that fucking battle on the weekends. The Capsule doesn't care about shirts.
That,
People still say that.
B-boy
Not so much these
Longley.
days.
Fucking up in Cheltenham. Sorry, carry on. Sorry, Sophia's news.
there were also a lot of people that travelled for that battle and maybe others. Were there people that travelled for other battles? Don't know.
I think I saw some, but I don't remember now.
Mm.
But yeah,
Where was
Oh,
that? Sorry.
sorry.
That was in Cyprus.
Oh, Cyprus.
Before you continue with the news, can we just shout out to Jevon, who we didn't speak about last week, but he got through the prelims at
Winter Dance Forever.
Winter Dance Forever.
Big ups,
do
Jevon.
a winter one?
House Dance Forever. Yeah, it's the winter version.
That's it. Well done,
But he also got through last time they did House Dance Forever, and he's been killing it. I was saying to Clara, like, what's dope about him is like he was already sick as a choreographer,
Yeah,
so he
he's-
didn't have to.
He was a choreographer.
like a good one as well.
Jevon.
Oh, he still is. Yeah,
He still is. Yeah.
but like
Jevon,
that, he was like in the like
Jevon's a levels house dancer as well.
yeah, and it's like imagine being not just average, like really good, and then deciding to like go from the beginning again in a new style, and then actually becoming good at it and having levels like.
Jevon's like nice.
he's
like,
Yeah.
he's sick.
oh, that's really good. Well
Yeah.
done, Jevon. Big ups,
And
Jevon.
I-
Jevon or
Yeah.
Javan?
Jevon, I think I always say
Jevon.
He
Javan.
introduced himself to me as Jevon.
Yeah, I
So,
think it's
yeah, so
Jevon.
I-
And that's, yeah, he would know.
That's the person to listen to. Yeah.
It's
So
afterwards like, maybe I should have said Japan.
yeah.
Japan's way cooler.
But yeah, just shout out to him because that's dope, and I have a lot of respect for people because there's also way less to gain from the battle scene than there is from like the choreo scene or being able to in terms of monetary financial shit. So for someone to have level in the choreography scene, same with Keron with the Kingdoms League shit, but like people that
Kiron.
Keron because there's no I.
Proverbs.
Oh,
Yeah.
his name's
Keron.
Keron.
Keron, yeah. It's
Wait,
Keron.
I'm saying it different to how you're saying it.
Yeah, but
Keron.
listen to Luke
Keron.
because
Kera.
Keron.
What's happening?
Keron. Keron.
Keron.
Yeah.
Keron.
Like heron.
Yes. Keron.
Karen.
Karen. Oh, that now I see the difference. Karen or Keron? I don't know. I just know it's not Kieran. Karen.
Is the Sir official? Is that
Is that
No, I
important?
think it's just his dance name. So Proverbs. Anyway,
sorry.
point was, shout out to both people like that who have a career and a future in the choreography scene and choose to come into the battle scene.
Oh, Proverbs does that as well.
Oh yeah, he was a big choreographer, but way before he did
He was
freestyle.
in Definitives, wasn't he?
Yeah,
What
definitive.
is it?
When we were doing
Oh,
Toolbox.
well, I don't
That was
remember
a
any
long
of them.
time
You
ago.
blanked out, yeah.
Yeah, I blanked out a lot of them. Come on.
Um,
Oh yeah, because he was. the first time I saw Proverbs properly was at the Kingdoms League.
Yeah.
and I thought he was levels then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we remember
Yeah.
we thought he won.
Against
Yeah,
the thing.
See him trying to bring
Did you
into
see
the.
Did you see
Oh,
the
you're in, all right.
final Kingdom League
Kingdom
finals?
League final.
Was they
Versus
faced in
Silk.
the final.
No, against
no,
Chanel.
no.
The final.
Oh no! Did
They faced each other in the final.
Who
It was
won?
a sick battle again.
he won.
He won.
He won.
Did
It
he?
was pretty
Did he
solid.
win or did he win?
Nah, he
No,
won.
no, he
Oh, yeah,
solidly.
oh, okay, cool.
But
it
like
was good.
yeah.
It was
was
good.
sick.
Really good. I would recommend go watch it. I would recommend go watch it.
Yeah, but I didn't watch the pop-in so far.
Yeah, just watch the finals and see. Then if you like that, work down. But
Work backwards, right.
anyway, all that to say, shout out to people who go into the battle scene and do well because it's not easy and there's not really super loads of rewards. So you have to really love the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got in this news?
There's some events coming.
Let's just whiz through them.
Yeah. So firstly, the Battleground Volume 2, which is the student battle that was organized by UCL, is on again.
Cool.
So if you're a student or a graduate of the past 2 years, you can enter
Any uni,
any uni. Yeah.
even a uni in Belgium.
No, UK.
Okay.
Obviously.
So it's not any,
Obviously.
so it's not
like-
any uni, is it? Well, anyway, carry on.
Anyway, so yeah, there's gonna be a 1v1 and 2v2 all styles, and they said there's gonna be a 3v3 crew battle for the top 3 ranking unis. I'm not really sure like what
How
that
that
means.
works.
Yeah,
So maybe like no, I don't know how that works either.
I don't know
but
if they're all for the ranking or just the 3v3, but because before the event before it was like all the categories were for the ranking.
That's cool.
How old are you at that age?
if
Uni.
you've graduated within 2 years, it's
18 to
maybe.
21.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
And you came straight. Did you do anything before uni?
Yes,
do a
I
gap
took
year?
a gap year.
So you should be 21. Not that you should be 21, but but your age. Yeah, other people are 21 who are your age. What?
Not really. That
You all
didn't
know
make
what I
sense.
mean.
That was confusing.
Yes. So 21 and then 22, 23. So up to 23.
Between 18 and 23, yeah.
You go
So
uni
what if I
any
went to
age,
back?
really.
If I go back to uni now,
Yeah.
Go for it.
and then I could enter this. Should we all enroll in uni and
I was
then
just-
enter the 3-on-3?
Let's do it.
What about if you teach? Oh, a student.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
I technically go to
Yeah, we could do an online course.
Open University.
Oh my god, there we go.
We're coming for you guys.
I think that you
yeah.
betcha.
What else? Is
How much
happening?
money is there?
Smoke those 23-year-olds.
It's a uni competition. Probably
Yeah, I don't think there's
£3.
money.
Ah.
But
£1
they
each.
do have the ranking, which is really cool. Like if you
Yes.
want to represent your uni, I'm just saying UEL is first now. So
Oh, let's go
it.
UEL.
period.
I think it's probably because of their impeccable teaching staff.
Right.
Carry on.
Yes. I
What
will
else?
carry on.
What else is? I will carry on.
Oh, sorry, I didn't search about events, but wait, let me actually search. Okay. Rotation Dance Exchange announced their European Championship in Manchester on the 15th of April.
Cool.
talked
We like an
about
early
it.
announced event.
Yes, really good. And another event is Ground Zero announced their Connect Showcase, which is a hip hop theater showcase, and you can apply. Just check out their Instagram.
You can apply to perform.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's it for the events.
Cool.
And one more thing that we want to mention is that J-Funk, Turbo, and oh my god, I can't remember. Junior.
Yeah, which is J-Funk's brother,
Yeah.
Josh. He used to run a new move. Well, he's going to do another one. We could actually mention New Movements battles, but
Yeah.
we did a couple. Do you remember we did the UMA battles and it was like with Grime, the Grime battle thing, and then there was like over 18s and under 18s. We did them at Maryland years and years ago. I don't know if you were there. Anyway, Josh he's a DJ also. He runs New Movements battles, who are doing another event this Saturday, which I'll be at East London Dance. Yes, what are they doing, those three?
Yeah, they've started a crowdfunding to save the Maryland studio, to renovate it. So
Yeah.
if you're in the scene, like, you probably know about the studio. So
What's happening to it?
I think it
closed
gone.
down, I think, and they're trying to renovate it and open it again. So there's a link on probably their pages, so you can check it out and
Who owns the
donate.
building?
Well, I don't know, and Jordan is going to send me some info, but it hasn't come through yet, so maybe next week.
Yeah, because I thought him and Turbo got a studio, but I didn't think it was.
No, I think they are taking... I don't know the details, and that's what I want to talk to Jordan about, but they are... Him and Turbo and his brother Josh are taking like responsibility for renovating, and they're trying to raise money to renovate and reopen Maryland. So I don't know whether they've bought the building or if they're doing it, they're putting the work in, but somebody else is owning it, or if they're leasing it. I don't know any of that. I just know.
Really, really cool of them as well, because I feel like out of all the studios in London, Maryland's been around for the longest, and it's had
maybe Huskies as well, but yeah.
But like in terms of like the community,
Yeah,
Maryland's got the biggest. Like, it actually has a community. Of
It's
people
like
that
maybe
go
one of the only community-based spaces, I would say, or at least studios.
Yeah.
Because even if you look at like 68 Base and flipping
like
The
the
Hub.
businesses,
the hub, yeah, exactly. Their businesses first, and then if you get a bit of a community surrounding it, cool. But like Maryland was never really a business. It's like it's the community space.
It's like one of the kind of the last of the Arc Bars, Trocaderos, Throwdown type things.
True. That's like that generation of
Yeah.
dance spaces. That's true. So yeah, I think that's a noble cause. I wanted to I'll try and plug more of it next week because I don't know too much yet. But yeah, shout out to them for taking that on. And yo, fucking hope they make some money out of it as well. Like,
Yeah.
not everything has to be like going
Yeah.
out of your way to do stuff for other people and then being like, no, and I'm not going to take. It's like, yo, if we can support them beyond the, like, if we can crowdfund to get them to do the thing, and then also they start charging for classes and rent and stuff, it's like, especially if we know it's people from the community, like, I'll go and hire space there just to, like, I hope they make money out of this as well.
If we could do other, like, I'm happy to, I always like to offer a lot of services in this sort of situation. So if we can like put it out there to them, and when you find out more, if we can offer things like I could teach art classes there, and like all proceeds go to it and stuff. You know, like things like this. Like,
I don't know if they've thought about like fundraising events for it, because I know they just put the crowdfunder out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be down to offer my services if they want anything for the that they can use to then fundraise. That would be cool.
just think, you things like people in the community might want, because I know there's a lot of artists in the community, or like people that might want to learn photography or videography, like, or like structural workshop stuff that like
Maybe like on the opening, like if they do like when they get it, if they do like an opening day, maybe they might do an event where they.
I mean that as well. But I was thinking like more like kind of in the build up to it, like you know, it's like let's say it's like say if I'm doing like an art workshop or whatever, it's like, all right, cool, it's £2 or £5 or £10 a head, and then just all the money goes to that. Like, I'll bring the supplies and whatever.
But where? That's what where, because they haven't got the building.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm like. We can't do it before it's open, because that's the whole point.
Gotcha.
We're just in like a building site, and there's a guy with a hard hat. Like, can you move your?
Just keep it down.
Yeah.
Cement just falls on the shit.
Everyone lean back, and then one of them. What do you call that? The swinging
thing.
wrecking ball.
We don't. Yeah,
Miley
we don't know
Cyrus,
stuff. That's our reference.
But yeah, I am in theory down for also that if they can figure it out.
Yeah.
But
But there is already £700,
let's go.
and it's only be one day, so
How much do they need?
5,000.
Oh, that's not
That's
bad.
relatively decent. Yeah.
Yeah, for one day, it's actually quite good.
Wait, what are they trying to do? That's
So-
like enough to reinstall a toilet, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
I think
they were
they-
How
saying
much does
that
the whole
it's
building cost?
The structural damage that they're trying to repair. So
Yeah. So like they were in the middle of renovations, and then it was like, oh,
we
this
can't
place
continue
was-
because
yeah,
this is fuck.
this place was built shit.
Yeah, can we get some more details on this?
That
one?
always
Like,
happens.
I asked
man.
Jordan.
It's
He's
annoying.
going to message me
okay,
at some point.
cool.
I was hoping it would be before this, but
yeah, they don't say really a lot on the thingy. Just that it's structural damage and that it was recently discovered during demolition.
you're right. Fair.
During demolition.
Someone made up money. Someone made something up just to get more money in it. A builder went in there and went,
Yeah, we can't do
that's
this.
the old T8. That's out of regulation. You're going to have to get a T16 in there. It's going to be at least $5,000. If you want me, I'll be in the van. Get the money together. I'll see you in a second, sunshine.
Oh, you're a good actor. You should do it as a living.
I used to do that at work.
Well, act.
Just like, no. At my day job before I became an actor, I used to just walk around when I was like wasting time. I just used to knock on things. I just knock on a wall and be like, "Yeah, that's got to go." Unfortunately, you're supposed to be downstairs serving customers, and I was doing that in the staff room.
Oh, that's good shit. Good shit. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That's all the news?
Sorry, that's it for the news.
Cool.
Dum-dum.
Nice. So, should we go on to the main topic of the week?
Oh my god. Here she is.
I was trying to think of a funny joke to like say it was the main topic and then it wasn't that, but yeah, Super Bowl. That's my segue. Super Bowl.
We're in it. We're in it now.
We're in it now. That's my segue. If in doubt, just say what the next topic is.
Okay, so Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. All right. Who wants to weigh in first? Lee is conveniently occupying his mouth so he doesn't have to talk.
Yeah, I feel like I should weigh in last.
You should weigh in
You
last.
guys
Why?
you guys all have the same opinion, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the middle.
I think I'm the most extreme.
Yeah.
At least I can make a case for being in the middle.
Well, then should we go reverse order? So we go kind of, or maybe like go both extremes and then kind of go into the middle.
Cool.
Both extremes.
I'm not like, whoa, I want to fucking
okay,
knock
okay.
it off. But I'm not you. I'm not like, fucking curse it.
So for those that don't know, let's set up the topic while they get this out. So Super Bowl happened at the weekend. Historically has a halftime show, which is a big music artist, and they do a big performance. They bring people out sometimes. Always a lot of dancers involved. We talked about the one in LA with Dr. Dre and everyone. I think that was last year's one. Yeah, because Capsule didn't exist before last year. And this year was Rihanna. Also hasn't performed for how long? A long time.
Hasn't been around for
Probably
years.
7 years.
Hasn't released
7 years.
hasn't
She's been
released
on a
new
Fenty.
music for.
I've been all that
But she
Fenty
released
stuff.
the music for
the Black Panther.
Panther movie. But before that, it was quite a few years.
Yeah. So everyone was super excited for this one.
Yes.
Paris Goebel choreographed.
Yes.
So we all saw it. 13.5-minute set.
Jesus Christ. 13.5 minutes.
For a
Of
concert.
what? Let's be honest.
Abe, you start.
It's like a concert, isn't it? Halftime show. Like a little mini concert for people.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like of all the elements, the 13.5 minutes was the least remarkable.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I hear your criticisms of it.
We haven't said
We
anything
haven't said
yet.
wait, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Whoa. You guys start. I've heard what you got to say, you fucking pricks.
Here's why you're wrong. No, go on.
No, you go on.
Right,
You
well, I
start.
thought
You
it
liked
was
it.
I thought it was enjoyable. I
Right.
liked it.
What did you like about it?
However,
I just want-
Yeah, I'm about to say.
All right, cool. Sorry.
So let me talk.
Can I have a
think. Yes, of course you can. Yes, I don't know why I said yes like a Russian. yes.
of course.
So I didn't enjoy watching it on.
I didn't enjoy watching it.
I didn't
I know what I
enjoy watching it through like the YouTube format of the cameras. Like it was all right, it was cool, but I was looking at it from the audience's perspective with the set design, the lighting, like all of the bodies on stage moving as one, like that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to like, here's a close up of this choreography. This happens all the time in like America's Best Dance Crew and other dance shows where just the people who are in charge of like the camera shots and all that don't know what they're fucking doing to like capture the essence of the choreography, of what the choreography should really look like.
Yep.
Because someone's not doing right. We're going to do this for 6/8 and then they're going to switch to camera 2 and it's going to be a close up. So now I'm going to choreograph for this space here. They're not doing it. They're doing it for the people at the show and TV crews or whatever. Just like, yeah, just get a close up of Rihanna winking.
There was one bit that was choreographed for camera.
Yeah, they'll go through, which looked cool,
Yeah.
I think. But you can, all right, calm down.
No, I'm listening to you.
Yeah. You're listening like this. But yeah, no. So angry. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool.
But just okay.
Through YouTube perspective.
Do you
of
tend to
watching it,
like watching like live show choreography?
No, it's better there when you're live.
But when you're there, like, you tend to like it because it's quite a different medium to like.
Yeah, 100%. I tell you what I like about it. I like the choreographed movement of bodies, like how you're gonna transition from. Like, I don't know if you got 50, 30, like that's why I found like all of the American shows when we were into choreography a lot better, because I felt then watching like English shows, UK ones, because for me they had more people all at a high caliber, and the set design, or the not set design because they don't have money like
the
that,
like direction of the
the direction of the pieces was more interesting than the choreography itself.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. That's true. Like, I wonder, because my kind of middle ground is like, I wonder how much Paris had to do with all the different elements of it, right? So you've got like the actual choreographed moves. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. That's obviously her job, no doubt. Then a step out from that is like where the dancers are going to be and how they're going to transition and move and stuff. I wonder how much of that she had control over, and how much they said, like, Rihanna needs to move from this part to this part. You make that track. Or if she said, now Rihanna's, like, she choreographed Rihanna's movement across the stage and up and down. And because for people that haven't seen it, there's like different platforms that are floating up high, like above the field, which I thought was cool, because you've got all the seats going really far away, and having this thing come up is actually quite a nice way to view it. But yeah, I wonder if how much Paris choreographed even the movement of the platforms, and where obviously the dancers on the platform she choreographed, but like, did she have a say in all of that? Was it completely her? Was it not at all her?
I would guess it was a lot of stress for her to choreograph that.
Oh yeah, almost definitely.
As in, like, you'd think Super Bowl, normally, I don't know, just from my experiences and stuff like that, you often expect like, oh yes,
from my experience,
it's proper high up, not from the industry as well, not from experience. But you'd be like, like the choreographer would get the set design beforehand, and they'd give her plenty of time to practice. Yeah, it's almost like they don't think about that stuff. So no, it's not. So it could have been like,
and even if they did, it's probably still stressed because it's Rihanna.
But she's used to work with her too. So.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. It's not her first time around the block. Like, she's choreographed. She did J-Lo and Shakira's.
Yeah, but she did all the Fenty shows.
Yeah, and all the Fenty shows for it. But I mean, as in something on that sort of stage, like, because the Fenty shows are big, but not Super Bowl big.
That is true. Paris Goebel was enough of a name for the companies to know, I would think, or I would hope, that they can't fuck her around. Like, I need the designs. Get me the designs.
And probably people like Rihanna have her back a little bit, and because also Rihanna ain't doing this for the money. Yeah. So I would imagine there's something where she's kind of gone, all right, I'll do it, but like I don't imagine the Super Bowl people will be like, no, I don't think we can do that, or no. Did you see the J-Lo documentary about when she did the Super Bowl?
Oh well, no, what happened on that?
Like, there was a lot of actually, saying that if they did it to J-Lo, that's not.
Do you see what I mean?
A huge difference from Janet, but like, there was all this stuff that they, like, that her designers and her team had, that they were like, no, you're not having, and like they were like really pushing back. There was one thing, if I get this right, that it was like these almost like flower type of things, but they were like light, and they wanted dancers in each one. And it was just around the time that like Trump had all that stuff with the kids in cages and stuff, and the NFL people were like, no, like, you're not having it, it doesn't look good, kind of thing, having dancers in these, like, they didn't look like cages, but if you wanted
symbolically, you can't have that.
Yeah, I guess. So it's just stuff like that where like they were making these changes, and it was like, it seemed from the documentary like quite last minute. Yeah. So maybe if they're going to do that to J-Lo, maybe they would do it to Paris. And,
it's just like
Rihanna.
I just feel like it's one of those things where you get approached by a big organization, and they're like, we want your artistic input for a spectacle halftime show. It's highly coveted. Yeah, I'd love to do it. Cool, sign the dotted line. We're all happy. Everyone's happy. Right, so I want this. Actually, no, you can't do that. What?
Right,
you don't realise like what situation you're in. It's like,
well, you would
hope
hope
to do it.
How good of a businesswoman she clearly is. She would have people that are like.
You would hope.
Also, I imagine that she doesn't need the Super Bowl. So at any point she could just be like, all right, I'm not doing it. Or maybe she's contracted.
No, if you're contracted, you can't just walk out.
Do you know much about the thing with Jay-Z and the Super Bowl? Because wasn't there the whole thing that he was...
No, baby, I don't know.
Because after the Kaepernick stuff, he had meetings with the NFL to like,
to try and get in,
bring more diversity or whatever he was supposed to do. So he's got some partnership with the NFL.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably the person bringing like Beyonce,
the artist in, maybe.
Did Beyonce do the Super Bowl? Yeah.
Yes.
What's up, mama?
Oh, true.
Few years.
Also,
I cheated on my wife.
In the the J-Lo documentary, she seemed fairly pissed that she had to share the stage with Shakira.
J-Lo was.
Yeah.
J-Lo was pissed that she had to share the stage with Shakira.
But it
J-Lo.
was so wrong to make them.
Well,
they
because
put it
basically what it
together.
was is like they were saying they
Battle of the Bundas. Sorry. Our inside thoughts came out.
were kind of like the NFL decided that it wasn't them that decided they wanted to do it together. It was like we want to ask you, but also you, and you're gonna have half the time, because what they were saying in the documentary, J-Lo was like, which I think is fair, is like, cool, ask us both to do it, but then give us double the time, so we both get a full Super Bowl set. But they gave them each half the time and said,
But you know what? No, I don't think that is. I think I agree with them giving half the time, because it's like I saw. Do you remember Alex?
Yeah.
So there's a dancer that we know from Australia. She lives in America.
shout out to Alex.
And Alex was saying, I saw her on her stories today. Come on, me, on her stories today, she was saying, "Oh yeah, I don't know anything about the games. I don't know who's playing, but what I know is the Super Bowl, like a halftime show."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, cool. Like I know people watch it just for that,
Yeah.
but don't forget it's the halftime of an actual
Agreed.
a sporting
Yeah,
event.
yeah,
Like
true,
that's
true,
the important thing. There are tens of millions or hundreds of millions of people watching the event, not for whoever the fuck is singing in the middle.
Yes, truth.
Yeah.
And if it was like, if it was a Rihanna concert, because there was people, so like Cara Delevingne wore a t-shirt that was like, oh, a Rihanna concert that got interrupted by a American football game or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Rihanna can put on a concert anytime she wants,
Yeah.
but she's performing at the Super Bowl for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that it's like they're interjecting something into her show. It's like, it might seem like that from us as entertainers, but it's like, no, it is probably the biggest sporting event in the world, and she's performing
Wow.
there because of that.
Their country.
No, I think it's the world, no?
Really?
I think
World
it's
Cup
the
final?
most
Let's
viewed.
find out.
Yeah.
No
definitely.
way.
Yeah, America has
Super
a lot of
Bowl.
people,
That's why the
bro.
Super Bowl
yeah.
adverts are like so
Where's my phone?
expensive. I think it's.
Yeah.
No way.
Should we look this up?
Surely. All right, let me see if we have to look this up. Also, did you see Mr. Beast thing? Also, I haven't given my opinion about this yet, but did you see Mr. Beast thing? So it said a Super Bowl advert in 2023 is 7 million. And he goes, anyone who doesn't want to pay 7 million to reach 100 million people, just reach out to me.
Yeah, we were talking about this with Tally last week, but or the other week, but Mr. Beast gets more views on every YouTube video that he releases than the Super Bowl does once a year.
Really?
Every.
That's wild.
Fucking G. I found my phone. It was in the crack.
The 2022 Super Bowl pales in comparison. Wait, hold on. What the fuck am I even reading?
Just put viewing numbers.
Oh no, maybe you're talking shit then. I don't know. I think I'm talking shit. Maybe it's not the most viewed. I thought it was the most viewed.
So I just put I thought you were going to check the viewing numbers for the Super Bowl.
I think the World Cup final was
No
bigger.
other World
I
Cup
think
final.
the World final is bigger.
Surely, like
from
World
what-
Cup.
There's no other. No, but.
World Cup.
Super Bowl happens once a year. World Cup
yeah,
once
true,
every 4 years, isn't
actually.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's
it's the
true.
world. It's the World Cup.
I think I might be right on this.
Americans are so.
No,
like,
I think you are. Right.
No, it's ours. Only in America.
Oh, here you go. FIFA World Cup final beats Super Bowl by more than 1 billion viewers in TV ratings. I'm talking shit. Okay, anyway,
It was
so
like, I already knew that, but I wanted you to look like a fool on your pod.
all that to say, yeah,
Google it.
that is very elite thing to do. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens.
I had this plan before I came.
I'll trick him. All that to say, yeah, and even if it's not the biggest in the world, whatever, it's a huge thing, and that's why Rihanna's performing there.
Yeah.
Like, she could put on a concert anytime she wanted, probably in that stadium, but she's not. She's doing it because it's the Super Bowl. So yes, I agree with you now that you've said that they shouldn't have doubled the time for them. But all that to say is that they probably did fuck them around.
Didn't tell Janet and Shakira that they were going to.
No, I mean Paris and Rihanna.
Paris and
Like, it
Rihanna,
probably
yeah.
is stress, and it's probably something you don't have a crazy amount of control over.
Yeah.
Especially as like not only the artist probably does, but the choreographer for the artist, because you've got to do what the NFL say and what the artist says. And if you disagree with them, it's like they're going to be like, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
And even though you are Paris Global, like
you're not.
people aren't tuning in to watch.
No.
We're the
Paris.
NFL. You know what I mean? No? Swing and a miss.
Yeah, so I think there's that to take into consideration. That it's like, I mean, we know as performers, it's like you can, and we have a right to criticize the final performance. However, we can also understand that it may not have been it may not have been the most
collaborative.
Or like it might not have been her best full work that she would have been able to do with all the time in the world, all the control in the world.
For sure.
You know, if she just did a Rihanna choreography piece without Rihanna there, not at the Super Bowl, she could probably do more than she's able to do at the Super Bowl. So
A
it's
bunch of drunk Americans.
Yeah.
Why aren't they appreciating my choreography?
Yeah, dude, the Chiefs are gonna do it.
So yeah, there's plenty to say about that. Also, one thing that's probably worth mentioning is that if Rihanna's pregnant, my question is, is Paris dumbing down, for want of a better word, all of the choreography
For her.
or just her parts and the rest of the dancers are going? Like, is what we saw what she did so that
I love that you say dumbing down. She's like sitting there being like, that was my best work.
Sophia's turning off the lights on you while you're talking.
Batman's coming. It's Paris Goebel coming to fuck you up.
Just everything shuts down and then like a SWAT team comes in. You said, what about Rihanna?
It's just you in like jazz juice.
It's all the commercial dancers. You can't speak bad about Paris Goebel.
Do the choreography, convince them.
Yeah, so obviously Rihanna's probably not banging out choreo like she usually does.
Could you imagine if she was?
Yeah, well, if Stephanie was there.
Got no excuse now.
So is the question of the pod, would Stephanie have done a better job performing at the Super Bowl than Rihanna?
Fucking yeah, man. We did a couple mil. Wait, so like if we've been prepping this whole time, giving Paris Goebel all of the excuses in the world to not have done the best thing, right? Can we at least just critique the performance as well?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, go on.
It was boring,
Okay.
right? Like,
What about it was boring?
all right, so obviously I'm going to be sensible in this because I'm not about to say to someone who's obviously biggest choreographer on the planet and who had to orchestrate a fucking Super Bowl halftime show and just be like,
Yeah, it's fucking shit.
right?
Don't give her excuses. Lay into her. Go
No,
on,
she
son.
fucking shit. What's she fucking doing? Like, obviously, it's incredible, like her being able to do that stuff.
Yes.
Obviously, but
having said that,
having said that, we can also say when something isn't good, and I don't think that was.
What about it didn't you like?
So I thought the choreography was really simple,
Okay.
which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it was.
Executed well enough for you.
I thought the dancers did great, but I thought the choreography was really simple for 13 minutes. I don't think there wasn't anything that I saw that I thought doesn't necessarily need to be groundbreaking, but it wasn't impressive choreographically.
yeah, if I'm gonna give a compliment, it would be more on the like movement direction and the staging than the actual choreography.
Okay, can I? So even staging, right? So I remember we did I did the closing ceremony for the European Games out in Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Right. And
Check the resume, yo.
Jesus
You know what I'm
Christ!
talking
You know
about?
what I'm bruv.
He's like just sliding that in case anyone wants to
I
have
was in
something to
Azerbaijan.
say.
If you didn't know,
You was in where?
Azerbaijan. I was in Azerbaijan.
Harry Potter.
I was in Nevada Kedavra.
Azerbaijan.
Okay. Yeah, you were at the closing ceremony of the
Oh my
Baku
God.
Games.
Right. So that in terms of like stagecraft, right?
Doing this.
I was like, what's he doing? If we're taking up, we love your top. We'll explain. So
I'll try
the
and
opening ceremony
find a clip.
was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Like the stage moved, and there was a guy that was playing like Aladdin or some shit that was jumping around, like doing different dances, whatever. There was a bloody magic carpet. To this day, I don't know how they made it float, but there were these like set of like 50 stairs, and they had this magic carpet just floating for ages.
was a
And
real
we were like,
one.
what's going on? And then it just started to float down the stairs, and we were like, what's happening?
Are we seeing magic?
And then a big
Lee, do the
pomegranate. Like giant pomegranates came down from the sky. It was like the maddest thing I'd ever seen. I was like, what's going on? And at the end thing, even though it wasn't as mad as that, it was still pretty nuts. Like, so the joke that Luke's making about kind of this is basically there was 5 of us that did one section of this closing ceremony. We had lights all on our body, and we did this like a pop-in / robot or animation dance with lights, and it was really cool. And the floor was really all lit up, and then these different stages. And they, speaking of the camera angle as well, each camera angle was focused on a different part. So when we needed to see the stagecraft of the actual set or the people, they did an aerial shot. When they did close-ups for us, because there's only 5 of us in a stadium of like 60,000, and then they had different things going on at once. They had moving cameras and people following everything, and it was that for me was like, oh, this is a stadium performance. But when I saw what they did at the halftime show of Rihanna, I was like, oh, this is a good performance.
That makes sense why your perspective is what it is based on your experience.
Yeah, it has to be by. I was like, this is that's the peach plum.
That's appetizer.
All right, I'm so confused. But it's like, it was a good performance, like by all means, for sure. But it wasn't impressive for a 13-minute halftime show at the Super Bowl performance when it's like
You didn't call it good off air.
Cut it.
Don't let that in.
Bleep it out. Thanks. Oh, thanks.
Carry on.
Like, it just wasn't that. Hold on, I've got to blow my nose now. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of boring.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Sophia?
But now I understand your point even more so. Because I mean, I understood your point before, but I understand your point even more so. I understand your point even more so now, knowing your experience. From the Sophia?
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I love the music, the songs, like the choice of songs were sick. Like,
She did a great job.
Yeah, honestly, like and even singing,
Rihanna.
like she sounded so good. Like
good.
it was super cool. And I feel like dance wise, same as you, Lee. Like, I was disappointed. I think it was too basic, and especially like she has all this space. Like, I feel like, especially at the end when they have like a lot of dancers, I feel like there could have been more movement. It was very static. And even when they were trying to do like some effects, like it just like it didn't look good. I don't know if it's because like obviously there's this thing of like when you film stuff on TV, like it looks less
lose
impressive.
a lot. Yeah. Being there
very
might have been a
flat.
different feeling. Yeah.
It looks very flat, but I don't know. Like I felt like there wasn't any peak. There wasn't any moment I was like, "Whoa, this is actually sick." Like there was one moment where they do the traveling thing when I said before, like that was
With the
quite
camera
cool.
that travels through.
Yeah. And maybe that side shot where like they're all together and Rihanna is in the middle and they kind of do like this wave thing, like that was cool, but like that was really it, to be honest, for me.
It's hilarious that you got people in the middle like doing all this cool performance. There's just a person holding the camera fucking sweating it out. Just like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Go back.
Because also everyone watching would have seen them going through the middle.
Yeah.
I love that. Did you see the what do you call that, sign language interpreter?
BSL, yeah, I saw on Instagram.
You didn't see it?
No.
From
Bro,
the
she
from
was-
the
yeah,
Rihanna
that's
side?
it.
bro, she was
I
that-
Where's the remote for the TV?
It wasn't
I
the black
love
chick.
them.
It wasn't the black chick
Can you
that
grab it?
lied. Have you seen that?
You can go.
But I've seen them at rap concerts when they're just like,
But bro,
Mate.
there's a story of
I'll
a
find it.
there's a story of a black chick who lied at a police went into a police station.
You haven't seen that?
wait, is it like the Nelson Mandela one?
No. She goes into a police station. I think there was like a crime or something was fucked up with the police or something like that. Or they were like
No, it was
talking
like a press conference about
for
murder or
TV
something.
about like this murderer, and she went in and was like, "Yeah, I can do BSL. Like, I can sign for you," and she was just making it up.
She got arrested for like what do you call that, like fraud or whatever.
And she has
Oh my
she
But
has a
you can
history of
see
fraud
the
as
video.
well.
Should we watch a video?
And then they asked,
History just go around and be like,
yeah,
I can do it.
not just
Bro,
that,
it's
but like
hilarious.
other stuff. And the guy who like hired her went, "Yeah, I probably should have done a better job vetting her."
done any research at all.
All right,
type
check
her name
this,
in on
check
Google.
this.
It's happened again. Another sign language interpreter accused
she's
of
like
signing
middle-aged.
total gibberish. This time it was at the police news conference announcing an arrest in the Tampa serial killings.
We will be charging 4 counts of first-degree murder.
Standing off to the side, apparently translating every word, this woman.
We received over 5,000 tips in this case.
But it turns out much of what she was signing was nonsense. She waved her arms around like she was singing Jingle Bells, says one outraged sign language expert.
Dead.
The woman, identified as Derlin Roberts,
Look how
has
many
a
things
string
she's
of
done.
arrests for fraud. So how did she come to be translating at last week's high-profile police news conference?
I just didn't ask enough questions.
Police public information officer Steve Haggerty told me the woman simply showed up out of the blue and offered her
I just didn't ask
services.
enough
My immediate
questions.
reaction was, I didn't call for a sign language interpreter, but that's great that we have one here. I let her in.
Did this woman appear to know what she was doing?
To the untrained eye, and that would include mine, I didn't see any problem.
This latest embarrassment comes 3
saw her do
months
this and he
after
went,
it was
"Yeah, that'll
revealed
do."
that the sign language interpreter at a Hurricane Irma news conference, also in Florida, made no sense.
The time to act is now.
Haggerty is summing up the latest
They
goop.
just did a
won't be
shot of
using
that guy
that
who
woman
hired her
again.
again for no reason, just to
Cops
like
say this was
shame
not a
him.
crime,
No, you
but
stand
it
up
was
there
an
and you
ethical
tell them
violation.
why she was hired.
Imagine doing that, but with like a foreign language, like you do it about German or something. It's just like you're like, yes, I'd like to address that the thing, and you're like,
Yo, if I was an advocate for like getting sign language into mainstream education, I would plant these people.
Why?
Why?
Because like, imagine all these stories, and I'd be like, "Yo, look how bad this is for people like who can't communicate." And I'd plant like 10 of them and get like cases and be like,
Well, that's why we need more.
"That's why we need it," because the people in
smart.
positions of authority can't even tell basic things. Would just be like, and I'd be like, "Go do anything you want."
That's like the most. That's like, you know, the false flag thing where they said like. Oh, guys. We love you if you're listening. We love you if you've tuned in, knowing who's on this podcast.
Have you seen that Pinky and Bill sketch? The hype guy. Voila! Just him. Oh, bro, this BSL interpreter.
Right, this is the Rihanna one.
Is that the
Yeah,
right?
you sounded like a
terminology?
proper like youngin.
Oh my
She
god!
ate, is that right?
Is that what?
She ate it up.
Is there something newer than she ate now?
She ate that.
Ate the latest.
She-
Ate is
yeah.
trending.
And then you have to
TV
say all
dinner.
the like. You have to take. She ate all the way to the end. Oh yeah, the TV dinner.
What you're doing, stupid?
TV dinner.
Oh, TV dinner.
And it's not Thanksgiving.
All right, this is a Rihanna.
My brother want to meet her.
Dang.
American Sign Language interpreter Justina Miles
She's doing the most.
halftime show.
You want to get it right. You know everybody's watching.
Not only did Riri's pregnancy reveal go viral, 20-year-old Justina did too.
Oh, let's go.
She made history, becoming the first deaf female
guy
performer to
hates her.
sign during the coveted spot. First, making her
Gotta sit next to this
debut
black
during
first time they've ever had a
Lift
sign
Every
language.
Voice and
That's
Sing,
crazy.
Oh, is
performed
it?
by Abbott Elementary
Only took us to
star
2023.
Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Yeah, literally.
Where is she? There's no sign language here. Oh, there we go. Do you reckon she's a dancer? She's definitely a
to
performer.
really bring
sign language
that
lady.
empowerment to millions and millions
No, I don't
of
think
black
so.
deaf people all over the country who've never
she's
really
definitely a
seen that
performer.
before. And so
She could just be
they'll-
black,
they
you
should
know? She's
feel
got that soul in
inspired,
her.
and that's
And
the same
only
way I
she
feel
speaks,
when
so-
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
feel like
that's,
that is
she's performing
truly
it.
Yeah, no,
lifting
she is,
yeah. It's like
every
me just
voice,
entertainers
even
in-
my
in a-
voice.
Yeah.
I have a
And
genuine
you can
question
say
about this.
Go on.
Justina worked her stage, embracing all of Riri's hits during the Apple Music halftime show.
Like, I don't want it to sound
Oh,
fancy.
BSL is British sign
Don't worry,
language.
me in a few hours is like
that would be ASL.
scrolling through this part to see if we need to cut it.
Okay,
So
okay.
let's.
That'd be ASL. I said BSL. BSL is British.
Yeah, ASL's on Eric
And
Brecker
when
sign
Riri
language.
performed Wild Thoughts, Justina brought her dancing A game.
She's
Okay.
killing it.
How? I don't even know how to frame the question properly. The point of needing that is because someone can't hear, right?
Yes.
So in a film, it makes sense because they want to understand the storyline along with the visuals.
Like, how much does it make sense for the music?
Yeah.
Well,
Because-
They
go on.
understand the lyrics.
Let's
I don't-
pause this.
I
Is that like I'm sure that's going to be insensitive somewhere,
No,
but like
I don't think so. But I think because having done the work that I did in schools with like special needs kids,
yes,
there's a broader range than just completely deaf and completely hearing, and that's what I didn't know until I got
Like
there.
feel
Like-
vibrations, or like you can also.
Well, there's
hear
people that are just
vibrations or
like can
certain-
half hear, or you know what I mean. It's like hearing impaired or visually impaired, like
oh yeah, if you're blind, you're not see or you can't.
exactly.
okay,
Yeah, so I
fair
think
enough.
that would be in my. Maybe I'm wrong as well, but I would imagine that's for people that maybe are hard of hearing, that are maybe hearing like certain beats and they're enjoying it, but they don't maybe I don't know which part of the music we're on, or so having that they're like, oh, that's the bit. I don't know.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? It's like easier
No,
for
that
them
makes
to
sense.
follow a little bit.
Yeah.
Men. Am I right, ladies? So trying to get a date for Valentine's Day. One of us.
I had an inappropriate question in my head.
Say it and we'll knock it out.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out.
Should they
Make
/
it
do
into
they have sign language interpreters for porn?
Oh, are the storylines that important?
Well, is Rihanna's music that important?
I listen to. Wow. That cut me up. Wow. Is Rihanna's music that important?
What's more important?
The fact that you have to think about it.
Hey, everyone deserves
one of those
love.
fake
Think about
BSL.
what we say. What's more important, porn or Rihanna's music? Is that what the question is?
This podcast is going to have so many edits.
Well, some people would say
Yeah.
porn's destroying our young youth.
Well, I
And
never listen
some
to
people
porn.
would say Rihanna is too.
You don't. It doesn't even
I
listen to porn.
always have sound off when I watch porn.
So you need the interpreter.
I don't. I don't care what's going on.
You need, get him one of those fake ones, one of them frauds. It's so big.
You got to bleep that out. I can't have that in. I can't have that in. Abe's reaction told me I can't have that. I forgot we were on the pod for a second.
Oh, I'm going to be up till fucking 2 a.m. editing this. All right. Anything else on the Super Bowl? Okay. So we didn't love it.
Nah, man, it was so boring. We're talking about porn.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was good.
All right and good.
I think music-wise it was great, but dance.
Yeah, I like the music.
I tell you what, you would have been sick actually. Do it helping her with that. It's Todrick Hall.
Who is that?
You never seen Todrick Hall?
He's such an encyclopedia.
There's a bit,
I tell you,
there's a
it'd be
bit of a
sick on that
drama
Todrick
going on
Hall.
with him now
Why?
because of like something with paying dancers.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Todrick, you melon.
Who's Todrick Hall? Oh.
It's
That was the best name ever.
gay guy, singer, performance artist who like did a load of like stuff around like Vine days or whatever. Really like incredible singer, and then started doing drag as well, right? They're doing a bunch, and now he's just like he does his own performances and stuff, and he's got his own like shows and whatever. And yeah, and so he's got backup dancers as well, and now apparently he's been a cunt to them.
Oh.
But
This
Yeah.
is why he's so good at like Wheel of Fortune, because he just
Yeah, it's
knows
true.
people like Todrick Hall.
but put a Todrick Hall Rihanna.
Oh.
Or we'll do it later. I don't know. Whatever. It's not important right now.
we'll do it later.
Basically, he done like a we'll show you later. But basically, he done this. He used to do these compilations of like Beyonce, Rihanna, whoever else, like Lady Gaga, whatever. And it would be just him, and it'd have like 4 sections of it. So he would do all the vocals.
What does he look like?
Black guy.
Yeah,
like, good looking.
I know
like,
who you're
kind of in
talking
shape,
about.
Like
And it has all the like different things on the screen. And there's like he starts and then he joins it.
And
I
each
know
time
the guy.
one of them does like the main vocals, the screen like widens and the rest of whatever. But it's like he does all the choreography and it's like. And he does like these, like kind of like a short version of Rihanna's compilation for the Super Bowl. He done like that, and it's just brilliant, man.
That's
but,
cool.
But it's like in terms of like visuals and doing really creative things with a minimal amount of resources. He's really good at it.
Sick.
Next time, Rihanna, hire Todrick Hall. But just make sure you
Toddy
pay him.
H.
No, come on, pay him. Come on. All right.
Yeah, I don't know that there is anything else.
Keep that money.
I feel like also pulling it back on track with the Super Bowl. I feel like it was a lot of just repetitive movements, but they were all like super like distinct.
Please leave everything in.
Just to teach us a lesson.
This would be the maddest episode.
We just wake up with like loads of your notifications just as like 67 messages.
You're like what? Like you look at it, and you're like, why have I got 1 million views of this episode?
Periscope shares it. Can you?
Oh fuck!
No, I think so. With I think like the choreography itself, it was like a lot of. She has this thing where she does a lot of really distinct movements, but just over and over and over.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know how much I enjoyed that. I don't love her style of choreography anyway. To be honest, at the best of times.
Didn't she copy someone? Isn't there like a thing going around where she like stole her whole style?
Well,
I'm sure I saw that somewhere.
How dare you
There was
say
a
that
lot of
about
talk
that
about like her doing dance hall and mostly dance hall stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then not labeling it dance hall, which to be honest, there's so many choreographers that do that. Like,
But does it?
no, I'm not saying that makes it
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
but like, there's so many choreographers that do it, and it's like they're like, oh yeah, my new choreography, and it's just Afro beats or it's just like
Right.
a dance hall routine,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
because it's under the thing of choreo, they don't have to know the style, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's inspired by whatever. But then it's like I guess people questioning whether she should have like I don't know, the whole thing of like should you give back or any of that type of stuff. But so there was that conversation. But like a lot of the stuff, it's just these type of I mean, there's definitely a skill in being so distinct, because now if I see that type of stuff, I'm like, I immediately recognize it as hers, which is cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, you're basically, I don't know. For me, it's like a lot of what she rests on is the distinctness of the movements, which I guess sounds dumb, but I don't know. For me, I'm just like, does that mean good choreography if you just do the weirdest, most unique movement like 6 times and make it like almost like catchy?
I mean, if it works.
It's like, in my head, it's kind of like, you know that Kanye song that's like, you're such a fucking hoe, you love it, or whatever it is. Yeah. It's like she does kind of that type of stuff, but with choreography. It's like just a really catchy, strange thing that you haven't heard over and over and over until you can't get it out of your head.
What did the majority think of the...
I think everyone seemed to love it.
Yeah, I think everyone loved it.
It's like basically it's like a frequency bias. Like you just see it loads and loads and loads or whatever, and then
it's like something being played on the radio over and over, and you're like,
why am I going to do the most?
It's like, do you like it or do you just hear it? Like it's like
like you got a formula. I mean, there are people that make music we know do that.
Yeah. I also could do without the facials in Periscopal's work, but I'm probably wrong.
I feel like that makes her work.
The facials, I hate
like
them.
She's super focused on performance.
I think there's so many tongues. Just everyone's like,
I haven't seen any. I'm just.
Oh yeah, I could do without the facials.
This part she's watching like.
Imagine like being like I don't know, like one of the dancers, and you have to turn to your friend or whatever. And
like really is that. Yeah, bro, that's so accurate. It's crazy. Yeah, really and like I think what was crazy to me is like I already feel like that about her choreography and stuff when they do these facials, but I was but I was watching it and I was like, Rihanna isn't doing facials like that. So if she can perform well enough with like
Rihanna.
Yeah, but so if she can perform like that with normal facials, why can't they? Like that throws but that throws the argument out the window of like you need it for the TV or music videos or like
because it's Rihanna though, and not
but people will focus on Rihanna because of her music and not because of her. Obviously, if she performed, it would have been sick, but she didn't even perform that much here, and like she still was sick because of the music, because people know the songs, because she has that also like. You say she doesn't do those faces, but she has an attitude of like, I don't care, course, and like it's super.
But it's not like she has it on a normal level. It's like they turn it up to 15, which I don't. That's what I don't.
But
like.
she's also Rihanna.
Yeah, but I'm like
we're not thinking, oh yeah, she's got the unique movements or what. Like we got choreographically, Rihanna could have just stood there and be like, yo, I'm pregnant, live in love in a homeless place, and we could have been like,
but like you never saw Michael Jackson's dancers doing facials like that. You saw like they're not doing the smooth criminal lean, like
but that wasn't the style though, isn't it?
You've been hit back. Do you know what I mean?
Do that as a
So I don't know. I know it's like their style of doing things. I just don't like it.
Donald Glover did it. I mean, Childish Gambino did it in This Is America.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be being weird. He wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being biased.
But I hear your point though. Yeah.
All right. What else have we got? Because this is devolving.
Should we move on to some questions?
Do we have any questions?
Like this.
From
the Instagram.
Oh god! Oh, is there topics?
It's
some questions that people send us through Instagram.
There's one that you don't need to read, and I'm praying that when you get to it, you'll know.
New York Post tweeted.
Can you show us later?
Yeah, I will not read.
You know what it is.
Yeah. Okay, I think this one is interesting. Predictions for the Kingdoms League this year.
Ooh.
Well, yes, I want to give predictions for the Kingdoms League this year, but also we don't know until we see who enters.
Me.
Because it could be anyone.
All right, so next question.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to see after the first one. Once we know who's going to be there, we can start giving predictions.
Although I will say, I reckon more of the OGs are going to do it.
You think?
Because they've seen it being successful once. They'll be like, you know what, I miss battles, I'll do this. And you'll see like holistic and them.
Here's my question for you guys on that then. Do you think that this first run of Kingdoms League will encourage more people to join in?
Yeah, I want to join in.
Okay. Yeah. Sick. And this is what me and Clara were talking about. We briefly mentioned it last year. But do you think that Nick coming in at the last minute and winning the whole thing would discourage people from trying to get all the points and they could just think, oh, I'll just show up on the last event?
Nah, because...
Only if they're losers, bro.
No, because people, I imagine people be like, oh, there's a chance of me coming.
Speaking the mic.
Sorry, thank you. There's a chance of me coming. Bloody hell. Speaking the mic. There's a chance of me coming, losing the first battle. Like no one wants to battle me or whatever, not getting that much money, and someone lost first round, but they got more money than me. So maybe they want to like collect as much money as possible.
Yeah, fair.
I forgot about the money thing. I was just thinking more about like battle experience. Like
they did it better than I thought it was going to be in terms of money, because I thought it was
how much money was it?
As in like, oh, I got 16 points. Oh, you get £16, but it's like you get £16, and then if you get to face someone who has like £23, you get their £23 plus your £16, and they still leave with £23. But now I've got. But
it is a point is equated to £1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like so like let's say from the quarters upwards, you get my money and your own, and then you move to the next round, and then you get my money and your own. But we still leave.
Keys.
Yeah.
So it's not zero sum. That's cool.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So like you both gain basically. I can leave with the £20, and you still gain my £20.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think
that's
like
cool.
it was like mechanical. Someone had like 120 in the finals or something.
Nice.
He lost
for a year's work. That's right.
Do we have any more topics?
Sorry.
Someone said, if b-boying can make it to the Olympics, what's the chances of popping hip-hop other styles?
Not for a long time.
Not for a very long time.
Not for because the styles that aren't as formulated as breaking. I think
it's not as visually appealing to a wider audience.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's taken this long to get breaking into the Olympics. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I expected breaking should get in the Olympics, but it was like, breaking's been around for.
It's going to be a long time.
Also, the only reason they got it in as well, other than the visually appealing stuff and the other massive companies that are like monetizing off of breaking,
because
like
of how it looks,
right? Because of how it looks, Red Bull, Nike, and whatever, and Adidas, is because they tested the judging system for a decade, and then had the IOC, I think it was, that like basically had to make it qualify for them, and it was like, no one in the popping scene could even hire a judge who won't fucking tie for fucking 4 rounds. Like,
for someone that's not a dancer, like a day of popping is really boring.
Super boring.
Like it's a very like subculture thing. Breaking is the only thing I really think that's going to break through at this point, unless it grows so. Like I know in Lewis's friend that is from China was saying in China it's like a household thing that people know about popping. Like,
is it?
Yeah, it's like I was like, so like, would your mum like understand what boogaloo is? She's like, yeah. Like everyone understands it. Like
TV, their TV is like, they put it all on TV and stuff.
Mad.
So if that became worldwide, that it was like really a household thing and everyone followed all the shit. That's why all these French dancers are moving to China.
And
really?
Like, because they're making money, man. Like Poppin C opened up a studio
he's
there.
Swiss, he's not French.
Oh, well, he must have a French passport because he did KOD with the French team. So
with the French team.
We live French team.
But he won just the ball with the Swiss team.
Yeah, well, he's living the best
he
of both.
didn't.
No, he didn't. Also,
he was
just to
only
be,
the
there's not a country. And anyway,
he also dances with fingers.
You're
Boo Boo lives there as well.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Sorry.
Well, it's kind of making it easier that this whole section could just go.
This is why you don't let us on often, isn't it?
This pod is going to be 12 minutes long.
Every week you're just making sure that it's only one of us with tally.
Yeah, it's like I get like Nads on or something and there's like 0 edits because she's like so polite. And then this is like edit. All right, so yeah, it's not basically is the point.
All right.
Yeah.
Someone else asked the current. This is not a question, but okay. The current UK battle. Sorry. The current UK battle rep.
Just laughing at someone's question.
Just laughing, just like, who the fuck wrote this fucking stupid shit?
I'm sorry. The current UK battle rep and how its future looks for popping and hip hop.
I bet they were young who wrote
It's
that.
good, but keep going and do more. I don't like it. It looks very. It's as promising as people do the work. If that sentence isn't correct, but like. It could be amazing. It could be shit.
What's the sentence saying?
Like the people that are representing in the battle scene
at the moment.
What's the future looking like? Is it looking good or not?
Yo, calm down, bruv. You just started traveling last week.
Yeah, it's like it's looking good.
Happen a couple of years.
Yeah, if you guys travel and keep pushing and get better and beat people, and it's like there's a whole thing of going overseas and getting your head kicked in at first, and you have to do that. Once that's out of the way, then you'll start making quarters, then maybe semis, then that has to go out. You know, it's like before anyone starts doing well.
Well, we won in Germany, we won here, so we've done it. We've completed traveling.
And also, it's like for every like at the moment for every one popper that we have in another country, there's another 12 French ones. You know, so it's like we've got a long way to go in terms of numbers for sure, and in terms of level, it's like you guys. The younger generation could for sure get there, but it's just if they do.
UK has always had like a smaller percentage
numbers,
of people like across the world and like less accessibility to have dance spaces and stuff like that. But we've always managed to represent our country really well.
Yeah, we have like less dancers, but high level ones.
Yeah,
I think
really-
it's because of the choreo scene. I talked about this at some point.
I agree with this. Actually, I don't know what your reasoning for this, but I agree.
I think because let's say if you get 10 dancers that enter like 10 kids that want to be dancers, 9 of them are going to go to the choreo scene because there's more money and more fame and you can be on TV, and we have a whole industry of it. So there's options where, and then one of them is going to come to the battle scene. I think we've had definitely an influx from people who are choreo dancers who come into the battle scene, and I think that's a lot of our even someone like Brooke was a choreography dancer.
We all were.
Yeah.
But if you look back at UK dance history for the last 10, 20 years, anyone that was good had some kind of relationship with choreography that was an upstyle dancer. Like
there's a very, very select few that weren't at all.
Like Mechanical, for example, someone
right.
but almost everyone else was. Everyone that you're looking at was high level. Like you could say it in pop-in or house or whatever. Like all of them were choreo dancers, and even if it wasn't commercial choreo, they would all be in street dance groups doing choreo all the time. And that kind of not only understanding of choreographed movement, but different move sets and how to perform and present yourself, like as in on stage. So, like every single move you do is performed to a kind of stage level. Yeah. And then also organizing your time and rehearsals like that. You would rehearse in these different environments and you'd be around these different dancers. Like I think like that helped UK dancers a lot.
And I think it's like you were saying about the performance thing, like someone like Jevon or Keron, it's like, let's say if Jevon gets through or he goes to prelims or gets through in house dance forever, it's like the last thing on his mind is shitting himself because he's on a big stage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's like, he can just execute. Whereas most dancers will get on a big stage. Most freestylers who have only ever freestyled get on a big stage, and that's a whole new thing they have to deal with. It's like you look at Brooke and Dixon on Bercy stage. It's like they were battling and the pop-in, they had to beat the people, but it's like being on that side of size of a stage is not new for either of them. Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, that's one less hurdle, a big hurdle that they have to go through that everyone else does, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I remember Kev saying that about Champs. He was like, yo, you just watch as people go up on that big stage back in Brixton and it would just swallow them up. Yeah. And you realize that the people that it didn't, all the ones that were used to being on big stages. And and like you said, like even though there's not a lot of UK heads, like percentage-wise to other people, all of them would be fine. And I think that says a lot about kind of UK aesthetic as well. I think we have like a very unique way of looking compared to other countries.
Yeah, because we're a bit more removed from mainland Europe, I think. Yeah. Like all the French and German dancers are traveling a lot. And so, I mean, France really has its own aesthetic as well. But like, I think we don't have as much ability to just pop across the border as they do. So,
yeah.
So keep going.
Is that my cue?
Yeah.
All right.
We're all looking at you. She's like, but get off inside. Get off
it's just that it disappeared.
Just closing Tinder.
It disappeared.
No,
closing Tinder.
Oh God.
She's just looking up like Magic Mike actors nude. Channing Tatum nip slips. Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, there we go. I found it again.
Cutting all that.
I'm not sure. Are you done?
Sorry, this is too fun. She's like, guys, how do you spell?
Oh my God, this is tiring.
Boys.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
And we're back.
Yes.
Sorry.
What else we got? Anything else?
Another question is, I don't know what it means, but education on street dance classes in London. Too many people ask for me.
I know who wrote this, but basically it was just a thing for should we start. It was them asking if we should start collating street dance. I mean, listen.
Wait, finish that. I didn't know.
Sorry, collating street dance classes like we do with the events. Should we have a list somewhere of all the classes? It's like there's.
What?
Who's gonna
you
do that?
it.
I'm not doing it.
No, first of all, I'm not doing it.
The politics involved in that as well.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but basically, just look up the studios. I mean, I think like that's the least community-based thing. Like, it's already hard to like get into finding battle events sometimes and stuff like that. But the studio stuff is all online, and there's all the
on the studios.
Yeah, I mean,
post every day, everything.
You just need to know the names of the main studios, and that's it.
Unless it's, are they talking to people from the who are representatives in the street art scene that are also running classes? So people like Sean or Mechanical, or people like these that run these classes in places. So people
not commercial classes.
Yeah, so people can have access to the people that teach the actual thing. So rather than us always saying, "Oh, well, don't name your class on it," or Cash having to go on a 10-year tirade again, we can say, right, like, just fucking. But from his perspective, you know, like he doesn't have to fucking keep like what Cash was saying for fucking 10 years is like, stop fucking using our name or whatever, and just like go to the people that are actually teaching this shit.
But if they don't advertise their classes,
or you can, like, on the platform, you go, cool. So there's like Sean, for example, every week he teaches that.
That's a good point.
You know,
that actually makes a lot more sense. Okay, yeah. So maybe that is something for us to put out. But yeah, also there's a lot less options.
Sophia's confused.
Yeah, I don't understand.
In terms of rather than commercial classes at studios, like if somebody wants to learn pop-in, hip-hop, break-in, lock-in, like the real styles, but it's like it's not as easy as like going to find a choreo teacher, because not everyone's good. First of all, there's a lot of classes that are called.
That's kind of okay.
Not everyone's like.
I don't know what you confused at what I said.
But she's saying it's like it's the same thing. There's the timetable online.
Yeah, like the timetables online. Like just search locking and then ask for advice to someone or whatever.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is basically that, do you know Kashmir is, right?
Yeah.
So in the street dance scene for the last like 10, 15 plus years or whatever, 10 plus years, he basically was on like a little war rampage throughout the UK, like basically just blowing up everyone that was using the terms and names of street dance, like locking classes with, I don't know, Michael J. Fox or some shit like this in Pineapple.
But it's like it's not a real.
It's gonna make some mad jokes, but it's like, it's like they're clearly not doing lock-in, but they're just using the name to get people in.
Or it's like locking fusion or locking or like funk fusion,
or like locking in heels or some shit like this or whatever. And it's like rather than that, it's like but here's like go to. Okay, Sean's the only person I can imagine, like, I can think of right now, but it's like, go to Sean's class, who teaches this, or go to Spin's class, or blah blah, or go to this person to learn.
And
this.
a lot of the good teachers are not teaching at the big studios.
Yeah,
for street styles, there's Sean, but like there's a lot of people that, especially there wasn't before. Now
I think there is now.
Just imagine Michael J. White fucking doing login.
Michael J. Fox, he said. That's a different person.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Anyway, don't let him Google that.
Don't.
Why?
Quick. Anyway, next topic. What else we got?
I think that's okay.
Go on.
I know it was like quite a long time ago, and we wanted to speak about it last week.
Do we? No.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just mention it because we should mention
right,
it. I
fine.
think it's important
We can cut
to
it out,
like
you can cut it
yes.
As if you're going to be editing with me. Right,
we don't have to, but I just think that it would be important too.
You can imagine that class would be sick.
Are you searching for the video?
Yeah.
Amazing. Can you also explain what happened while you're searching the video, please? Because I'm not sure of the people.
Well, I don't think I need to explain what happened. I can just show you. TBH.
Go on then.
But TBH is true.
Stop saying TBH. Don't say that.
Okay, what do we think of this?
Yeah, what? Just bite a tit.
Did you actually bite a tit?
Is it a crump? It's a crump battle, isn't it?
It's an all-stars battle.
Did he bite a hole?
Is it a crumper? Yeah, I've never been so ashamed to do that.
Wait. Has he got? And he's got no socks on.
I mean, I feel like that's least of the problem.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Sorry.
Why are you biting someone? That's not fucking.
No,
buck.
but that's not where it's bad.
That's not where it's bad? No, because they've taken it down. All the other bits.
Tits and butts,
Do you remember what was written?
So, in essence, what do we think
Join
of
for the
this?
Patreon.
Is there anyone here that thinks it's okay?
No, bruv. I'll fucking slap you. Imagine if that was your missus. What the fuck are you doing?
That's a good question. That's a good
Bite
point.
my girl's boob, you prick.
You know
Put
what
some
it is?
socks on. Sorry.
I think you know what
And
it is.
shoes, why?
It's like, I would just think about it as like if I'm trying to, like, she didn't look like she was dressing in her pajamas. Like she looked like she choreographed the outfit, right?
Yeah.
Or coordinated, right?
I don't want your saliva on.
Right,
No,
yeah.
even if it's not
if
my
I bought a new
boobs.
top for a battle and someone bit it,
Yeah,
like, I get annoyed when my son wipes his chocolatey face on my top. Like if someone bit my top, as you always say, you got that pinched crease mark, and you're like, "What are you doing, bro?" Like,
Try and put yourself for real in that position, right? For absolute realness.
I already know. I did it as you said it, and I reacted. I would just push his head off.
So he goes like that.
I
You just push it away.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's like,
Straight away, I'm seeing
Sorry,
red.
I got PTSD.
Logic, just him with Cairo.
Honestly, like if someone put their head there, I'd be all right, cool. What's happening? The second their mouth touched it, my reaction is just to shove them off. I
don't come to battle for you to bite my boob.
Yeah. That's
do we add inappropriate points because it's a woman?
Yeah, as well. He's not just because it's a woman, but because he's a fucking.
Or is it less like if that was a guy and you bit his chest? Is that
I'd
more?
Still be pissed.
It'd still be pissed.
Yeah.
Is that better than biting a woman's breast?
What are you saying?
I get what you mean. Like
as in if he bit Lee's top, it's like maybe you could make the assumption like, oh, like if I grabbed you there, like when we're if it's
more
crump
inappropriate.
thing,
Yeah, it's more inappropriate.
and then if I grab a woman like that, it's like more.
We know boobies are there.
Yeah.
But like,
let's not be 12 about this. Women have boobs.
But are we saying it?
Don't bite them. This is the thing.
Unless consensual. So
yeah,
because sometimes.
Because you know what I mean.
Full circle to the porn. Cutting so much out of this podcast. Fuck, and it's me now.
So I think there's two questions in there. So one, is it bad because he bit her on her boob, which we class as a sexual part of a woman's body, or is it just because she's a woman and any kind of physical approach to a woman like that is worse than a physical approach to a man?
I would say no on the second one.
Cool, me too.
I think you shouldn't really be biting anyone in a battle, but if it was more of a physical thing,
why do you have to be? Do you know those things that you have on packages like, don't put this in your ear?
Yeah.
Who did it for me to have to write this? Like, why is that a battle rule?
Like fucking even just say. Because it happens in crump, like people going up to another dude and taking their hat and chucking it. Bruv, don't touch my fucking hat, you dickhead. We're battling. We're not here to fucking touch each other.
Ooh.
Like if somebody touches someone else,
I've got to pick up. Give me my fucking hat.
If somebody touches someone else and then it escalates to a fight, that's the most I would understand fighting in a battle context.
Yeah,
it's like if there's anything else, like I didn't agree with the result, let's fight. It's like all right, you're all 12. But if somebody pushes you, grabs your hat, and that escalates, I'm like. I can't blame the person who got angry about that because it's like, don't fucking, we're dancers. Like, don't, do you know what I mean? It's not UFC or something. It's like, relax enough to not touch someone.
Yeah, it's like, because the concept, like, if we're talking about concepts of things, right? Do you know, I said earlier, I made a joke about the idea of being sexy as a guy is funny. Like, the idea of what we do in, like, having dance-offs is funny. Like, we call them battles, but if we're, like,
it's hilarious.
When we're grown ups having dance-offs, like, that's funny. Yeah. Like, so, like, don't.
The least you can do is don't fucking touch me.
And don't bite me.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know that there's too much of a fucking take on this. It's like, it's not right.
Bruv, go enter a battle and let someone fucking crump next to him and then fucking bite his cock. And see how he likes it, all right?
Just imagine, like, just
fucking nyosh on that sloppy soppy.
I'm keeping that in. I'm keeping that one in.
But you're right, though. I'm like, imagine, like, because if we're talking about, like, physical acts, right? Like, I would say a bite is akin to a slap. Yeah. Imagine I just slapped him in his face and there's like... I fucking posted it up.
But I think also it's like crumpers have this thing of like... But anyway, I don't know if you have it, but like I feel like crumpers have this thing where they're like, when they're in All-Stars battles, they're like, yo, it's crump rules, you guys don't understand. But it's I wonder how much that would go in a crump battle. Like how many women crumpers are taking that?
We've had like what's Jem? We've had like crump sessions and stuff like that where people make like weird ass decisions and people will like take the piss. We stopped someone. I don't know if I should be saying this. We had a session once and someone quit crump because quit because they did a move where they went in the air and it like they're just going with the feeling. They didn't have any like thought process or plan and they fell on their they either fell on their ass, they fell hard and it looked shit and we all dispersed in different directions laughing out loud for the rest of the session. And then apparently I found out like a couple of months ago that he like quit after that session.
Oh, hilarious.
But just don't be shit.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Sophia?
I'm joking.
No, that was the last question.
That was the last question.
That was a spicy question.
All right. Jen.
Magic Mike.
All right, should we wrap it up? Any last words?
Being sexy is weird. We're doing dance battles. Don't bite people. Rihanna stuff was boring. And Michael J. Fox would be sick at teaching locking.
Any last words?
No.
Any last words?
Don't bite women in battles, please.
Unless
it's consensual.
Yes.
We're learning.
It might be a routine. What if it's a routine?
Ah.
What if you're
in
on
the
the
battle?
Yeah. What if the woman's like, oh, I've got a sick idea.
Bruv,
bite
if
my
I was
top.
that woman, I would like start dancing or whatever and just fucking put my finger up his butt. Yeah. Emasculate that, little bitch. Spunktaro.
That's great. All right, guys, that's been the capsule. Hopefully, I've edited everything out. So, love you all, and thanks for tuning in. And catch you next week. And peace out.